Hello and welcome back to Death for All. Yeah, we're gonna have to do another tournament. Yes, I know. We're gonna have to do another tournament because Mr. Caladog, look at what he is doing. He's trying to retake the #1 spot. And we're not gonna allow him, are we? No. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to get some high warlord pauldrons for this, which is actually not even a bad reward. I think they're some of the best shoulders that you can get in the game. I've got to be a bit careful about this guy, though. We're just going to speed run this as best as I can, because let's face it, while my character's not particularly bad at one-handed weapon proficiency, Pelosaur knows me very, very well, and I might just let him down, you know. I might just let him down against all the odds. That kind of thing happens to me quite often. Wait a minute, is there a spear? No, I don't have a spear available. I just have this one-handed. Shouldn't be too bad. This guy actually has a spear, so if I'm actually able to kill him, I might be able to pick it up. If I want to, that is, because it might not even be that useful, to be honest. Oh, there we go, we killed him. Let's just try and tackle this guy as well. I mean, technically, if I can use this on a mount, can I actually... Can I not pick up weapons while I'm on a horse? Wait a minute. Do I need the perk for that now? Because as far as I'm aware, there is a perk that allows you to pick up weapons from horseback. And I always thought to myself, that's kind of weird because I don't know why you'd need a perk for that. It's like, do you grow an extra arm or do you grow extra long arms? Is this Blood Bowl? Are you going to get a mutation that allows you to get an extra arm or something like that? Yeah, I don't know. But the funny thing is, yeah, it seems like that is indeed the case, where you are actually not going to be able to pick up a weapon while you're on horseback, so you're going to have to get off. Of course, that is the realistic thing to do. Of course, you're going to have to get off a horse to be able to pick up the weapon, unless, you know, it's embedded in the ground or something like that, and it's a little bit elevated. But most of the time, you're going to have to get off and do the old-fashioned thing. But yeah, I really just did not want Mr. Caladog to overtake us here, because he is literally tying with us right now. And the 1 renown, I think it is 1 renown. Someone told me in the comments that you get 1 renown per day for being #1. And that's actually pretty cool. I like that. So I would like to maintain that as much as we possibly can, because if we can, then that's going to mean that my clan level is going to slowly increase. Obviously, if you think about it right now in the grand scheme of things, I mean, you see how much renown I need to be able to get to the next clan tier. It's pretty ludicrous. It's a bit ridiculous, to be honest, all things considered. But that is still something that is, you know, giving me a little bit of a boost, you know? It's giving me a little bit of a boost here and there. Ooh, hello, there's a vassal very close to us. I'm not a big fan of actually doing battle right now. Bit worried. Wait a minute, let's have a look. Imperial Heavy Horsemen. Oh, yes. They have a bunch of Imperial Cataphracts as well. This might be a little bit problematic. All right, so here we go. We actually have the ability to get +1 endurance. Yeah, okay, +1 endurance, because the other thing is terrible, so I will go for +1 endurance attribute. That makes all the sense in the world for me. And we're otherwise just going to be heading on here. We're making peace with the Southern Empire. No reward, no tribute will be paid, it says. Okay, that's kind of weird. So it must be that there is a stalemate between the two factions or something along those lines. Anyway, I am just going to be doing massive damage here. We might as well just go for a wonderful auto-delegate, because there's no real reason why we shouldn't. Most of our people are going to do exactly what they need to do. I know someone actually did mention that the cavalry do tend to run straight into the enemy's infantry and just die. But I've actually not... I don't think I've seen that happen that often. The horse archers specifically never usually do that for me. Maybe the AI has been changed slightly. I'm not entirely sure. But the last time that I played with a huge amount of horse archers, I mostly saw my people going in circles around them, shooting them really effectively, and were able to maintain a casualty rate of like 10-1 or something along those lines. So I've never really seen any problems with that. But as I say, maybe the AI has been changed in a rather significant fashion, because if they are that bad, then it might be because of the overwhelming power of the Crusade, because it's been a well, it's been a minute since I've played with the Khuzait and their units. You know, my second ever playthrough with Bannerlord was a Khuzait Khanate playthrough. I have 80 episodes of that, and it was amazing. Super, super fun to play with them. I played a Horse Archer for the very first time in that as well, in Bannerlord. Really enjoyable. Super, super fun to be able to do that, especially in a proper fashion, because in Warband, and now here's the thing, I think I have played with the Khergits, right? I have played with the Khergits, but very, very scarcely. I haven't really used their units a huge amount. Because, I mean, why would you, you know? Why would you? Why would you use them when you can use the Swadians, or when you can use the Sarranids, or something along those lines? If you want mounted units, the Swadians or the Sarranids are going to be slightly better because of their heavy cavalry focus. But if you want horse archers, then the Khergits, and indeed, by comparison, the Khuzait, are going to be number one in pretty much every aspect. However, in Bannerlord, it's a little bit different because, you know, even though the Khuzait are amazing, and I would maybe even say that the Khuzait might be the best horse archer faction, because of course you do have the Aserai, you do have the Empire. They both have horse archer units available to them. But apart from those, the Khuzait are going to be your primary thing. And that's the thing. Maybe that's the reason why the AI might have been changed. I don't know. I mean, I auto-delegated here, and you can see exactly what Are you serious right now? Oh my. Okay, that's really funny. That is really funny. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's for sure. Okay, so... Okay. Apart from the fact that our opponent ended up dying, which is not bad. I think that's fine. You know, that's okay. Our medic, our newly acquired medic, by the way, I recruited him at the later half of the previous episode, literally one episode ago, and now he's dead. And now he's dead. Can you believe it? I think you can. I think you probably can, because this kind of thing has happened to me before in previous series, and not even with this mod. Yeah, it's really funny actually, because I think this was actually in a previous version of Bannerlord when the survival rate was significantly less than what it is currently in the native game. Because from when I remember playing, basically what happened was I was playing as Iceni. Iceni is my my female character. Basically, whenever I name a character Iceni, I make them female, and then we just have a grand old time marrying people and, you know, then killing them. Because, yeah, apparently that's the curse that she has in Bannerlord. Whenever she marries someone, they end up dying, you know, 2 to 3 battles later. Not sure why, but that always seems to happen to me. And that happened in that happened in that series as well. I married some guy, and we went into a battle with him, and he ended up dying. And then I married someone else, and then he ended up dying as well. Yeah, and that was without this mod. That was without this mod. So yeah, that's obviously the reason why the developers have significantly changed the survival rate that you're going to see otherwise, because otherwise, you know, it's just going to be one of these things where they literally just die randomly. Anyway, I'm going to just increase my polearm skill a little bit more, and we probably want to continue increasing our endurance now, because the one thing I would like to do is I'd like to get to Mighty Blow. This is really going to make a huge difference to how good Pelisor is at surviving in battles. Now, apart from that, I do need to find another medic, because our medic just died. So I think Willowbark is good. Saniopa is where she is. Ooh, the surgeon. Hello. Oh, Balgard. Okay, hello there. Balgard's really, really close. Okay, that's fantastic. Kind of wish I had a messenger. Yes. I should really download that mod again. You know, it's what is it again? Diplomacy? I think it's diplomacy that allows you to send off messengers and so on to various people. Don't know whether you can send messengers to people that you haven't met yet or anything like that, but it would be amazing if I could do that. Oh yeah, by the way, oh yeah, that's something that I actually neglected to remember until just now. Thank you very much for letting me know that if you go into the tavern, this is something that I very rarely do because you can do most of the actions that you want to take without even going in there, right? You don't even need to go in there to be able to perform most of the actions that you want to do. This guy is amazing, by the way. This guy seems really, really cool. So yeah, we're just going to get him for 400 gold. And yeah, as I was saying, a few people told me that what you can do is you can go in here, you can talk to the where the hell, there he is. You can talk to the tavern keeper and you can say, I'm looking for some people to hire with specific skills. Would you happen to know anyone looking for work in the town of the Sturgeons? This is amazing. This is something I had no idea about. And my complaints or my comments, I wasn't really complaining, so to speak, but maybe some people would think so. Anyway, the point is, my comments in the previous episode where I was like, hey, wouldn't it be super cool if you could go and talk to the tavern keeper and ask him about, you know, companions that you might want to recruit? And yeah, you can already do that. You can already do that. As you can see right here, you select this option, and then you can just be like, oh yes, I think I would like a medic. I think I would need a caravan and stuff. Yeah, I haven't heard of someone with such skills looking for work for a while now. Yeah, so that's the point. I was actually looking for someone to potentially run a caravan for me because I am Azurai culture. It makes all the sense in the world for me to try and get a companion that can run a caravan for us. So what I'm going to do is I will go to each of the factions, towns. We'll try, if we can, to get a companion that is potentially good at dealing with caravans and running them. And we'll see what the game actually thinks about that, because for me specifically, I'm actually not sure what is a good companion for caravans. I mean, yeah, I know, okay, I get it, you know, scouting and tactics usually are the primary things that you want to get with a caravan master, but I'm wondering what the game thinks. You know, I'm wondering what the game thinks is the best, you know, stat line for that kind of thing. So we'll try it out, shall we? We'll try it out, and we'll kind of test it. We'll test its ability to give us a decent companion for a caravan, and I'm going to be very eagle-eyed in seeing just how long it takes that companion to die and to lose the lose the caravan job. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm actually going to go into the tavern once again, and we're going to ask the guy whether there's anyone that can fulfill that role. So I'm planning to sponsor my own caravans, and someone who could run them would be perfect. Davalan the Fatherless. He was headed for Sionen. Yeah. 2D. See, this is what I find really funny as well. I was suggesting that it was going to cost 500 gold or something along those lines, but it literally cost me 2 gold. 2 gold. It may as well be free at this point, because 2 gold is literally what are you going to do with 2 gold? You know, it's literally like going up to someone and giving them 2 cents or giving them 2 pence or wherever you live, you know, your smallest denominator of value in currency, and literally just giving them 2 of that. That's kind of what it feels like right now, which is really weird. But anyway, hello, hello Davalan. What is your name? Okay, he's a steward person. Okay, so apparently the game believes that someone with steward skill and charm is going to be good as a caravan master. For me personally, I think that's a bit weird. I don't think that that's actually the case, but I'm going to get him nevertheless, because as I said to you before, we're going to test it out, all right? We're going to test it out, and we're going to see how it goes. Now, what I'd actually like to do is I would like to get him some gear. So we're just going to buy him some real cheap stuff. Nothing too dramatic, because you never know. He's probably going to get himself taken prisoner anyway. So we're just going to buy him some very quick gear. Kind of need some shoes. Ugh. Of course, he would literally need the most expensive shoes in the existence of anything. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so let's just buy that. Is he any good at anything else? No, you know. Oh, he's actually good at riding skill. He's good at riding skill, and he's good at bows. Okay, I guess I'll give him a bow then. No, 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 no. I shouldn't give him a noble bow, right? I shouldn't give him a noble bow. 31,000, really? Nah, 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 nah. I'm not going to do that. That's a little bit too rich for my blood. Thank you very much. We're just going to go over here, just get him all of that. Does he have anything in one-handed? Yes, he's a one-handed person. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. So let's actually just equip him with everything that we can. He's upgraded his horse. He's got a noble mount now. He's got some really good armor and everything and all this other stuff that he's now wearing. So he's going to be looking pretty good. I'm paying 22,000 for this fellow. Might want to give him... yeah, we'll give him this. And then he can hopefully move a little bit quicker. And there we go. Okay, so we spent 21,000. Now let's go and speak to this guy. And I wish to form a caravan, and we're going to give better troops. It's going to cost me 15,000, but it's going to be worth it, hopefully. And there we go. All right. That's going to be really interesting. That is going to be really interesting to see. So, how long do you think it's going to take him to get defeated? Because, yeah, okay, he is relatively close to Vlandian territory, but if he's smart, he will not travel this way. I say, as he travels this way. What a classic. What an absolute classic. Okay, well, hopefully he's not going to continue going into Vlandian territory. If he does, then bon voyage, sir, and good luck. There's no way that he's going to... Yeah, no. There's no way he's going to survive going into Vlandian territory at this rate. Oh, no, he might be going somewhere else. Hopefully he's going to go somewhere else. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to venture into Vlandian territory itself, and we're going to try and attack a couple of Vlandian vassals. I think that would be a lot of fun. Let's see if we can actually... I'm not entirely sure why I'm not finding anyone right now. It's a bit weird. Usually I would have found a bunch of vassals by now, but apparently they are being a little bit slippery. Maybe they're actually on the front line. They might be on the front line fighting the Aserai at this point. So we might want to head over there. They might be in one of the border towns. Ah, there's Death. Oh, you know what I'm going to do now? Oh, yeah. We're going to fight Mr. Dirthart himself. That is what we're going to do. Wait a minute. Let me just see. What does he have? Oh, he's got a bunch. Okay, he's got some pretty good units. I might not even be able to beat him, you know. I mean, I have 70... What? How do I have 76 of these guys? They must have been leveling up like no one's business. All right, so we've got some really good units. He has really good units too, so I'm wholeheartedly assuming I'm not going to achieve... Of course he went into the castle. Of course he went into the castle. What a classic Dirthart move that is. Okay, so he... What? Did he just lose some units? That was hilarious. Okay, wait a minute. No, I don't think I can do that. Okay, no, okay, perfect. Wow, this guy literally just left his ruler to die. Did you see that? He literally just left him to die. That is amazing. Okay, so we're relatively even in regards to our numbers. We have relatively good numbers, both of us. And once again, I'm going to do a very, very standard thing. We're just going to see. I'd just like to see how well we do with an auto-delegate once again. Because beforehand, it worked really, really well. This time around, it might not. So let's just see. Let's see what happens. Ooh, nice kill on that Banner Knight. That's exactly what we need. Thank you very much. Come on, Pelisor. You can do much better as well. Come on, let's keep it up. Let us keep it up as best as we can, sir. Because that's the kind of killing we need. We need to be able to eliminate these guys super quickly, very accurately. I'm surprised that I'm actually getting as many kills with this spear as I am, but I gotta say, as I said to you before, this is one of my favorite polearms in the entire game, just purely for the fact that you have so much adaptability with it. Because you can use it anywhere. That's the really cool thing, you can use it anywhere. It will work in a siege, it will work in a duel, it will work on the fields of battle. Obviously, this is very much dependent on, your own skills as well, because let's face it, if your character has 30 in polearms, then it might not be the best to use in a duel, but it is going to serve you much, much better than a long glaive or something that is thrusting only, like a lance or whatever. You know, these things are going to be very difficult to utilize. But a Manavlion, which is what this is, one of the best, because it has a medium reach, a decent speed, and it's really good, in my opinion. I love it. I love it. It's kind of like how I used to feel about the Bardiche in Warband, because I love the Bardiche. The Bardiche in Warband, the Bardiche in this game as well is actually very, very good. I just haven't really used it that often. Ooh, we took some damage right there. Okay, be a bit careful, be a bit careful. You never know. I mean, that's the point. Fighting the Vlandians or any faction that has a bunch of cavalry, you're always going to have that possibility, quite a high possibility, of getting murdered in the back by a couch lance or something along those lines. You know, it's very, very likely for that to happen. Anyway, there we go. I'm just going to speed things along. And there we have it. He's dead. He died. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see that in the top right? Yes. He is actually dead, if you can believe it. Look at that. The ruler of the Vlandians assassinated on the fields of battle. I gotta say, I actually really love this mod for this specific reason. It creates so much storytelling without even trying. You know, because just think about this. Look at it. Now he's dead, and look, now they've chosen Aldrich as the leader of the Vlandians. He's currently leading an army right now. So you can imagine what's going to happen is, what if he goes into a battle and he himself loses his life once again? Can you imagine what would happen? It's going to be chaos. I mean, it's already kind of chaos because he's now, you know, had the mantle of leadership shoved upon his shoulders, and he's going to be, well, I don't even know. Hopefully a bit confused. Hopefully a bit worried about what he's going to do. And we still got many, many more people perishing in battle. But we had a really, really nice result from that engagement. I was kind of thinking, you know what, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not going to happen. But I was very, very pleasantly surprised that we were able to get a death out of it. Because Durthard, obviously, as you may or may not know, he's really good. He has a lot of money. He makes a lot of money. He has a significant amount of options when it comes to fielding armies and having large amounts of high-tier units. He can very easily field them, and he can be a big headache if you allow him to. But thankfully, we were able to eliminate him before he was able to get to that point. I mean, generally, he actually did have a pretty strong army there, but we were just a little bit stronger. Okay, oh, wow, okay. This is a bit problematic, isn't it? Hello there, sir. Okay, yeah, that's a very, very large army indeed. Got to be a bit careful of that. Thank you very much. I have no idea what to even do here. I guess I'm just going to go here, recruit some more noble units. That's kind of what I attempted to do beforehand, but I got stopped by the tournament, you know, the tournament in Sturgian territory all the way back at the beginning of this episode, because I really wanted to make sure that Mr. Caladog did not overtake us. I'm going to assume that he's going to attempt to do so once again, so I'll probably be doing any other tournaments off screen or something like that. That's probably going to be the way to go from that. Let's just get this, and I should probably be recruiting some more people too. But yes, now that we are back in Azerai territory, it kind of makes sense for us to end this episode off here, and we're gonna, shall we say, am going to be doing a little bit more recruiting, and then hopefully what we'll be able to do is enter some battles once again against some Vlandians, and maybe actually chase off this army here, because this is pretty damaging. Not sure if we're going to be able to do it, but if we can get them into a battle alongside one of our armies, we have the potential to eliminate a grand swathe of their vassal population, which is really going to make a huge difference. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.